front of you the VAVA 2K dual dash cam with the front facing 1080p camera. It says 2K. Also, the rear facing, I believe, is a it's not that good of a camera. It's not terrible, but it's not 1080p from what I recall. We're gonna do an unboxing video. So this one, obviously, I have already cut the plastic and opened already. But basically, what you get a nice little envelope with the instructions. I mean, it's very well put together. It's a really, really nice camera. If you register online, your camera, you do the warranty and everything, they will upgrade your warranty from 12 to 24 months. There's a phone number. There's email support. I believe it's a live person. You've also got the instruction booklet. There is an app that you can connect wirelessly through a Wi-Fi connection to the camera in the App Store, either Google Play or the Apple App Store. And it's compatible with both. I have tried it on both phones. I have an iPhone and I have an S10 that we've also tried it on. So those are your instructions. The camera itself is right here. The one thing I have to tell you about this camera is that it does not include an SD card. It's a micro SD card. 32 gigs, I believe, is a standard size that you would use on this. The old VAVA dash camera that I had included a 32 gig Samsung SD card, and it was one of the higher capacity SD cards where it was a better read-write speed than some of the other ones out there. So this is the way it would mount up in your car. This is the one for the rear facing. The front lens is right here. And it's not a bad unit. It's a good unit. It's more of a like a TLC type of unit that I would call it than anything. But it's, you know, it's not something that I would consider to be, you know, for like personal use. I mean, you don't really need to see the occupants of your car. I mean, I guess it's nice to have, but it's really not necessary. And it's also fairly big. The footprint of the old one was a smaller hockey puck size, about yay big and yay thick. So this one is definitely larger. You can definitely tell that it's a dash cam versus what it, you know, the other ones that they had. And so yeah, so this is what comes in the box. So you're looking at the dash cam. Let me take this out. Okay, dash cam here. You have, this is the button sensor. You click it and it automatically takes an emergency picture. You've also got the suction cup mount. This mounts onto the windshield, and the camera mounts down here. Okay. This is just the cigarette lighter. The old camera, you could upgrade the cigarette lighter, or DC adapter, I would call it. It's a standard DC adapter with the USB port for the cable. Nothing special. You don't need a proprietary connector for it. You can use any cigarette adapter that you have. If you have one in your car already, you can just plug this in with the USB cord right here and do it that way. But the old one, you could get like a battery pack where the car would have like, you know, if your car was parked, you had parking mode, and it was an extended battery pack. It would last for a few days, versus this one, I believe, is a self-contained battery. I'm sure it's decent. I don't know how decent it is. It's got to be okay at least, you know. But again, you know, not a terrible camera. You know, honestly, I'm not all that thrilled with it. I thought it would be a much better camera than what it is. But yeah, it's still a very good value for the money. You get a dual-facing dash cam with Sony lenses. The optics are done by Sony. They're Sony lenses, which is nice. It's very sharp and crisp at night. But yeah, I mean, it's an old school micro USB port. You know, the older one, not a newer one. I don't know if you can see that. This is where your SD card goes in. And that's it. It records audio. And you know, and there's also a GPS. There's a G sensor, so if you're in an accident, it will automatically record. Yeah, that's about it. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And otherwise, I hope you enjoy this video.